Why, hello Internet. Welcome to my brand spanking new shiny YouTube channel. It's really great to have you here. In case you don't know me, which you probably don't, this is a new YouTube channel. My name is Ali-Ann. I'm a professional actor, dancer, and choreographer with a day job working for the Canadian government. I'm going to be showing you a behind the scenes look on a bunch of different projects that I'm involved in. And so if getting a little inside scoop on various film, theater, and dance projects interests you, you should totally hit that subscribe button and follow me on this journey. Today we're going to kick things off by talking about how I decided to start aerial hoop at age 30 during a global pandemic. Like many other performing artists, I was lucky enough to be pretty involved in my theater community before March of 2020. I was the choreographer for a production of Hairspray, and I was building these giant 8-foot tall dragon puppets for a production of She Kills Monsters, where I was also going to help coach puppetry. And I was super excited about both of these projects that were supposed to debut in May of 2020. Obviously that hasn't happened. So like many, it took a while for me to adapt to this new stay-at-home living that we all had to face for a year and a half. And while I was trying to keep myself busy by taking my dog for really long, active walks and doing a lot of yoga and stretching, it just wasn't quite enough creatively for me. I was really trying to push myself out of my comfort zone and try to take advantage of all of this time to catch up on repertoire work, audition prep, self-tapes. It just wasn't really, it wasn't the same for me. It just wasn't. So flash forward to August of 2020. Things are opening up in my city. I just turned 30, I'm flirty, I'm thriving.
30 and flirty and thriving.
And I'm ready for some physical activity and some dance. But I was really trying to find the right dance class. See, while I do have an extensive background in dance, most of the dance that I've been doing in the last 5 or so years happens to be in various musicals and shows that I've been a part of. And while that's great, I wasn't dancing at the level and the caliber that I used to back when I went to college for dance. And I was worried that even going into a beginner ballet class, I would feel, well, I was worried that I was going to be hard on myself. It's part of the reason as to why, as a former competitive synchronized swimmer, I find it difficult to get into the pool. I just have trouble not competing with myself after spending years and years of not practicing a skill. Just in the nick of time, like clockwork, like a beacon, a sign descending to me from the heavens. My friend Rebecca posted on her Facebook page that she would be the instructor for a beginner aerial hoop class at Poole Fitness Academy here in Ottawa. I didn't hesitate. I signed up immediately. This seemed like the perfect compromise. I already had some essential skills like flexibility and a sense of body awareness and movement from dance, but it would be something completely new. And it would be something that would also benefit my performance skills and my overall dance and movement ability. So that very Saturday, I marched myself into the studio, got up in a hoop, fell head over heels in love with it, and signed up for my membership right then and there. Well, I absolutely fell in love with being in the hoop and the physical challenge of it all. Part of the reason why I kept coming back was the amazing social dynamic we had in our class. Not only was I already friends with my instructor, Rebecca, but I also became super close with the 2 other girls in my class. I already knew Emma through theater connections. I have worked on a couple of shows with her boyfriend, Nick. Hi, Nick. And Katie has this bubbly yet dry sense of humor that like you just can't help but love. Like, she's just such a great addition to the whole class. All of us had these different strengths and weaknesses coming in. Thanks to my dance background, I had a lot of flexibility, but my arms are too wet spaghetti noodles when it comes to strength. Katie works out and is super, super strong, despite not having as much of a movement background. And Emma has a background in gymnastics and other forms of movement and sort of sat in the middle. What was great about this is we all kind of got to be inspirations for each other. If one of us wasn't getting the move, the other one was always there to cheer us on. And it just made coming to class so enjoyable. I can't tell you how amazing and beneficial it is to be in a class where you feel like your classmates are your teammates and they have your back and they're there to support you. Since then, we've kind of become good friends. We've got a really great messenger thread that we post on pretty regularly, and we've met up for drinks and workouts at the park. Despite things kind of going back to normal, things weren't normal. Let's not kid ourselves. Here in Ottawa, we were in and out of lockdowns, stay-at-home orders, various restrictions. And so even though I'm coming up to my 1-year hoop anniversary, I've only really been up in the hoop at this point for 4.5 months. And the last time I was in a hoop was in March of 2021. So when I finally got back to class this past Saturday, it had been 4 months. And that sort of made me face the very thing I was trying to avoid by taking hoop class instead of ballet. Just to give you an idea, here's some footage of me, my last class before we went into a stay-at-home order. I felt really, really confident actually on this day. I felt really proud about what I had accomplished, and I was seeing some good improvement, some steady improvement by taking class every week. And here's some footage of me conducting the struggle bus on my first class back after 4 months off.
You have some? Put the guard head down. Oh my gosh, this is so much harder. You got it, girl. You got it, you got it, you got it. It feels so Yes, I do. Move the hook away. Sit down. Wait, bring your hands closer to your knee. Okay. You got it. No, my goodness, no. So you want to make sure your legs are. Yeah, there you go. Not my best, but that's okay. That's okay, come on. Great. Let's go. Elliot!
You look fabulous though.
What's happening here?
Holding on for dear life. She's gonna die.
My arm strength is like nothing right now. It makes me so sweaty. Don't worry, we're gonna work backwards. Bring that opposite leg up. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to give myself a swim.
Give yourself a swing. Yeah. Leg. The more you're able to bring your back, the more you can bring your leg.
Yeah.
Why is this side so much harder to get really good?
Now, to my credit, there were some things that did significantly improve. I was able to maintain a yoga and flexibility routine that I stuck to pretty regularly, and I could see some differences in my splits, in particular when I was in the hoop. My upper body strength, however, had kind of gone to the waist side. While I know that my body has a memory of how to do this and that it's going to come back quickly, it was kind of humbling to see certain things that I thought were easy when I left be so hard, so difficult. Anyway, just like I showed the bad, here's a montage of what I was able to do. Now the good news is my body does have muscle memory, and I am going to gain those skills back pretty quickly as long as I keep going to class every week. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely my toughest critic. And if there's something that I think I can do and then I can't do it, well, I can't help but feel a little bit disappointed in myself. I think this honestly comes from back when I was a competitive synchronized swimmer, and letting yourself down also meant letting your team down. Nobody wants to do that, right? But I think part of it is also the fact that I started my aerial hoop journey at 30, which in many people's books is seen as late. Oftentimes when you look at professional ballerinas or professional athletes, they've been doing their sport since they were kids. And of course, if it's something that you've been doing for that long, you're going to be better at it than someone who starts a little bit later. I had actually started dancing a little late. I did it as a way for me to stay fit after I retired from my competitive synchronized swimming career. And compared to many of my peers, I was behind because I had started a lot later than them. But it felt a little different back then because 17 was still pretty young to be starting something new. But guys, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Can you come in closer? It's never too late to start something. No, for real, it's never too late to start something new. Just because you're a little bit older than the average person starting does not mean you can't do it and do it well. I'm going to share a couple of clips of some women who really inspire me. All of them are in their 50s, 60s, 90s. And all of them can kick some serious butt. Like, honestly, I would be pretty happy if 30, 40 years down the line, I'm still able to do what these ladies are able to do at that age. If you want to get even more inspired, I'm going to leave some links to some of their performances below. You should totally check them out and subscribe if they have YouTube channels. Just because you're starting late doesn't mean that you have to be in a hurry either to catch up to your peers. Again, I think because I started dance late and I was pursuing a career as a performer, I felt like I really needed to work hard to catch up to my peers. But we don't really have to be on anybody else's timeline except for our own. And the only person we really should be competing with is ourselves. But I think more so than competition and comparison, the real motivating factor for me was how much I loved to dance and how much I still love to dance and express myself through movement. If you love something, it's worth doing at any age and at any stage in life. I think it's only appropriate to leave this video with a quote that my instructor, Rebecca, told me while in class. While I was conducting the struggle bus, I kept apologizing to her for not getting the moves right away. And this is what she had to say.
Do not apologize for working on something.
We're gonna play it again for the people in the back.
Do not apologize for working on something.
I swear it's been living in my head rent-free ever since. You don't need to apologize for learning a new skill. And I've been thinking a lot about her words as I film today and I start my YouTube journey at 31, which again, considering the nature of social media, feels a little late. But hopefully this motivates you to start something new too. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this ride and for watching my very first YouTube video. I hope that you found it entertaining. Hopefully enough that you'll hit that like button, maybe leave me a nice little comment in the comments section, and subscribe to this channel. I'd really like to have you here. I promise there's more aerial hoop, theater, dance, and choreography related content coming to you very soon. Okay, talk to you later. Bye!